Welcome to Crime Maze. In this video we are going to talk about the 5 murders in Indiana. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to Crime Maze YouTube channel for future updates. Indiana is best known for its rolling hills, farms, Midwestern values, nice people, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but it is also home to some of America's worst serial killers. The Hoosier State, on the other hand, has seen its fair share of vicious killers and heinous murders. Indiana has been home to a bevy of serial killers since its founding in 1816, ranging from deranged murderers who preyed on the weak to those seeking money and power. Don't be fooled by their nice Midwestern demeanor. These Hoosier State killers are ruthless, horrific, and sick. These Midwest killers might make you reconsider your vacation to Indiana. Here are Indiana's top 5 murders. Number 5. Garnet Ginn. Garnett Ginn, a beloved high school teacher, was found dead in her garage in 1950 at the age of 33. The police assumed it was a suicide right away. After Ginn's body was exhumed, they didn't preserve the crime scene or gather any evidence until years later. She was pummeling and knocked unconscious. According to an autopsy, the scene was designed to resemble a suicide attempt. The case was never solved. Detective Judson Wicke of the Portland Police Department reopened the coldest of cold cases last year. He had no choice but to rely on media accounts and hazy memories. Other evidence, such as police records, blood tests, fingerprints, and other documents, had been destroyed or lost. His perseverance was rewarded. In 1950, a woman now in her 80s was a young adolescent. She was one among the numerous people that came to see what had happened. Garnett Ginn, a schoolteacher, was found dead in a garage she rented just half a block from the police station 69 years ago this month. Ginn's body was discovered in this garage. Detectives have a new lead that they feel may bring them closer to catching a killer after all these years. It's our biggest cold case. Police Chief Nathan Springer said it's our biggest cold case. He and his partner, investigator Todd Wicke, are bringing fresh life to some of the country's oldest and coldest cases. They took us inside the 69-year-old crime scene for the first time. Detective Judson Wicke of the Portland Police Department reopened the coldest of cold cases last year. He had no choice but to rely on media accounts and hazy memories. Other evidence, such as police records, blood tests, fingerprints, and other documents, had been destroyed or lost. His perseverance was rewarded. In 1950, a woman now in her 80s was a young adolescent. She was ambushed, strangled, and slain, and the killer staged her suicide. The automobile was right over there. Number 4. Jill Berman. Jill Berman, an Indiana University student, was on a bike ride when she vanished in May 2000. The 19-year-old freshman's bicycle was discovered a few days later, but it would be 3 years before authorities discovered her bones on September 30th. A federal judge overturned the jury's decision and ordered a new trial for John Myers II, the man accused of pulling the trigger. On May 31, 2000, Berman left her Bloomington home and went for a bike ride. According to court papers, Berman logged off her computer at 9:32 a.m. and did not show up for her noon to 3 p.m. shift at the Student Recreational Center. She also neglected to show up for a lunch engagement with her father and grandparents. Before investigators zeroed up on Myers, the case took several wrong twists. Police and the FBI said in April 2001 that they were investigating a notion that Berman had been struck by a passing vehicle. According to the FBI, the driver became scared and fled the scene with her body and bicycle. Klaus, a Brown County Jail inmate at the time, was designated as a suspect in Berman's abduction by the FBI in April 2002. Klaus denied any role in Berman's assassination and was never apprehended. On March 9, 2003, a hunter discovered human bones in the woods near Worthen and Duckworth Roads in Morgan County, nearly 3 years after Berman vanished. Wadding and pellets similar to those seen in 12-gauge shotgun ammunition were discovered by investigators. Myers was in Monroe County Jail in March 2002 on an unrelated allegation when he informed a jail officer he had found letters and lunch trays containing information concerning Berman's disappearance. According to court papers, Myers also developed a list of areas that could provide clues to Berman's location. According to records, state police inspected the areas, which included gravel pits. Investigators ultimately found that Myers killed Berman because he was enraged after his girlfriend broke up with him. In April of 2006, Myers was arrested. In October 2006, a jury found him guilty of murder. He was later sentenced to 65 years in jail by a judge. Number 3. The infamous Delphi murders. Because it happened so recently, this one is extremely disturbing, and because the victims were so young. On February 13, 2017, two girls, ages 13 and 14, were hiking on their own near the Monon Bridge High Trail. Their bodies were discovered the next day. Police have never revealed how the girls were slain, presumably to avoid jeopardizing a future trial. The most perplexing aspect of the case is that audio and video of the main suspect were recovered from one of the girls' phones. Photos, a short video clip of the man's peculiar gait, and a brief clip of his voice were released to the public in the hopes that someone would point authorities in the right direction. So far, there has been no success, and the murder's mystery continues to grow. Number 2. Lowell Badger. The unsolved homicide of 85-year-old Lowell R. Badger of rural Sullivan County will be remembered on December 8, 2021. During a burglary at his remote Sullivan County home, the retired farmer perished from a fatal gunshot wound. The killing is thought to have happened between 8:00 p.m. on Friday, December 7th, and 9:23 a.m. on Saturday, December 8, 2012. Indiana State Police and the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office have been investigating the matter since Badger's death in 2012. On foot, with aircraft, all-terrain vehicles, boats, and scuba divers, detectives have examined more than 275 tips, conducted almost 170 interviews, and explored various locations of land and water in the Sullivan County area. Indiana State Police and the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office are confident that someone in the community knows something about this case. Investigators would strongly encourage them to come forward with the information. If a person or people are afraid of reporting what they know, law enforcement has the tools to help them. So, if you have anything to say it. Assist in bringing some closure to the Badger family. The Badger family and law enforcement continue to ask for public assistance. A $50,000 reward has been set up for anyone who can offer information that leads to the arrest and conviction of those guilty for Lowell's death. Number 1. The LaSalle Street Murders. A structural permit notification is affixed to a window on the front porch of the gray and white house at 1318 North LaSalle Street. It appears virtually the same as it did 50 years ago when it was published on the front page of the Indianapolis Star. It blends perfectly with the adjacent homes, which are decorated with pumpkins and basketball hoops in the street, and gives no indication of the atrocities that were discovered there 5 decades ago. On deck. First, 1971, Indianapolis businessmen Robert Hinson, 30, James C. Barker, 27, and Robert Gierce, 34, were discovered dead at the LaSalle Street mansion. According to Indy Star archives, the 3 bodies were discovered by a business acquaintance of Hinson and Gierce. Each of the men was discovered in a separate part of the house. Hinson was found in the front bedroom of the house, Gierce in the back bedroom, and Barker in the bathroom between the 2 bedrooms, according to Indy Star archives. Homicide police claimed the day the bodies were discovered that there appeared to be no reason for the murders. Theories have evolved over time. Gierce and Hinson formed a microfilm firm with the help of Jasper businessman Ted Euland, with whom they previously worked. They reportedly stole clients, equipment, and money. Euland became a suspect after he took out $150,000 life insurance policies on Gierce and Hinson. In the 1990s, Euland passed away. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.